Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to DuckyQuest. We're going to be going over the May 30th episode of Raw. And to go ahead and kick off the show, we had a promo with Bianca Belair trying her best to connect with her hometown and Tennessee people. I didn't really understand why we started doing the Tennessee chant, but we did. And then Naomi came out, and they both had a promo together where Naomi entered her family home. Sounded like a sitcom to me. Garbage. Then we had Jade Cargill come out and attack Naomi, which led us into the first match of the night.
Yeah.
So the first match of the night was Jade Cargill versus Naomi versus Nia Jax for a Money in the Bank qualifier match. The match itself, I am kind of happy to see Jade Cargill going up against Nia Jax, just because at least there's somebody like actually strong to go against Nia Jax and actually be able to pick her 400-pound self up. But that is
awesome.
Very minor compared to the fact that I still thought Jade Cargill died about 3 times in this match because she got crushed by Nia Jax, which tells you that strength means nothing when it comes to 400 pounds being pressed right on your chest or your stomach, because I'm pretty sure I heard a rib crack. But
this is awesome.
We're really going to get into that one. We don't understand and are sick and tired of hearing this is awesome. We're pretty sure that it's fake. Pretty sure it's being pumped in, or like they got some sort of banner at the top that's giving them, the audience, a cue when they say this is awesome. Because at this point, nothing was awesome. Nothing about the match was awesome. Are we just saying it to say it? Make it make sense. You can't. But we'll go ahead and move on because the next part was at least a little bit funnier. This was a backstage promo between R-Truth, who go ahead and roast the Bloodline, which I thought was a much needed humor in the show, because I was laughing for the wrong reason through most of the show. R-Truth, Little Jimmy returned. That was pretty cool. I still would buy a Little Jimmy action figure, even though they don't sell it, but I would buy one.
I'll add Little Jimmy on the camera here for those who don't know him.
Good Little Jimmy. He pretty much roasts the Bloodline and tells them that they're a bunch of slobs and they all look the same.
He's a fat little kid.
And that led us to another promo,
which was Chelsea Green talks to the SmackDown GM.
Nick Aldis.
I always forget his name. What she talked about, breaking her nose. I think that was really just it. And she got Alba Fire a match for fighting Zelina Vega. But her face looks horrible, all beat up. It's broken, guys. It's real.
It's hard to fake that kind of breakage. So.
Yeah. But just like we broke her nose, we're going to break that talking segment and talk about Tiffy time. And still nothing happened. It was a quick one shot. She was threatened by Naomi and then Alexa Bliss. And then that was it. And then the next match,
which was R-Truth versus JC Mateo. We had R-Truth come out rapping his song. Is it a retirement tour? Because we're doing like the best of hits with everybody at this point. Well, anybody that's older at this point.
With R-Truth especially. We brought back Little Jimmy, brought back the singing, which I thought he was going to bring back during main event. So I'm scared about him. Yeah, he's getting up there.
He's getting super old.
He just released the country album too. If you know, you know.
And with this match, we were a little bit scared for him. I know Nick definitely was, because he definitely said it a couple times that he was afraid that JC Mateo, because of who JC Mateo is, being from the destructive family that he comes from, was just going to injure R-Truth at this point. And it didn't seem like it was going to be very fun.
Which you are correct, it was not.
No, it was pretty much just a squash match.
Yeah.
And even the ending, which we had Big Jim come out to the rescue, was even more of, what are we doing here? Like, I get that Solo wants Jimmy, and they had a whole little moment where JC Mateo pushed Jimmy, and Solo didn't like it. Who cares? I don't. Let's go to the next one.
The next was a Streets Profits promo in the ring. They were talking about being the best. And you know who had a problem with that? Every freaking tag team. Fraxium, Machine Gun Kelly, DIY. Almost said that one. Then the Wyatt Six came out and attacked all of them. Too many people to register in my head, so anything you like to actually add about that? Because every tag team came out. That was it. Every tag team came out. Then the Wyatt Six beat them all up, which they look cringy.
I don't really have anything to add. It was exactly the same thing that they've done a couple times now. The same movesets, the same eerily look to them, like the lights going out. Like, no real, like, nothing cool about it. It's the same old, like, we're just living off of the good name that was Bray Wyatt. R.I.P. Other than that, no, there was nothing cool about it. All the tag teams coming out, most of them, actually all of them, I don't care about. Tag teams are dumb at this point because we want to make everybody a tag team. The Street Profits are probably the only one that even give a slight nod to, but other than that, this pretty much just looks like a cruiserweight division, and I absolutely hate it. So, going on to the next match. Luchador Tag Team.
I always forget their names, so yes, that's my notes. It's the Luchador Tag Team.
I can't even remember it as it is right now. It's a long name. But they went against Ray Phoenix and Javon Evans. And if you didn't know, Javon Evans is from NXT. So we brought another NXT guy up.
So is Ray Phoenix. Sometimes.
Yeah, and they're more doing this match because they're having a match all together at, what is it? The
Worlds Collide.
And
speaking of that, they have a Fatal 4-Way, Ray Phoenix, Javon Evans, and who are the other two that are in that match? One of them was sitting ringside for this match.
Evans?
No, that's Javon Evans and Ray
there
Phoenix.
Was another guy. I think his first name is Evan, too.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. He's the NXT North American champion. Pretty sure his name is Evan, too. But his first name's Evan. Evan's not. I don't. It doesn't matter. Match was it was a match.
Blank pins Javon Evans.
Yeah, one of the luchadors pinned Javon Evans.
It wasn't a burrito.
Next match was Alba Fire versus Zelina Vega. We made so many jokes at the beginning of this match because we were contemplating Zelina trying to do the 619 again and failing and breaking another woman's nose. It may not be funny for them, but it was kind of hilarious for us because we were just kind of waiting for it, especially considering how bad Chelsea Green's face and face mask look. We weren't really sure what the design for her face mask was going for at this point, but yeah, definitely is not American and not really anything. We're just going rainbow color, but whatever. Did not show much of this match. We didn't really see much of it because we saw more commercials than we did anything else. And
normally during the commercials on our method of watching, if there's matches going on, it shows the match every single time. The only time it gives us actually like a blank screen of like slideshows is if it's like in breaks between stuff. But this match caught us off guard because it didn't show us what happened when they went to commercial. It didn't show us that. So if you don't have enough faith in Zelina Vega to not injure somebody, why give her the match?
Well, I mean, she didn't even do the 619, which was supposed to be like her trait thing. I get why they didn't have her do it because how bad that botch looked the other day. I wouldn't ever have her do that again. But yeah, it was a match. Zelina won from interference from Chelsea Green and Piper.
Dewdrop.
Yeah. we'll stick to that name. I like that name better. Dewdrop works a lot better. Then we're just going to go ahead and roll on from there because we're downhill from there.
And next is Miz and Carmella Hayes backstage pep talk. They just bickered and fought. They said, hey, stick to the plan. Miz told him that. And then him was, hey, just to remind you, Miz, I got all this because of me, not you. Super rushed like every other promo. Complete left field. That's cool. Why'd the Miz take it like a good boy and not say anything back? We'll never know. Next one, after 50 commercials, was a Julia video package with more subtitles, even though she was speaking English. I guess her accent's thick for some people. But she's cool. I think she's one of the people I want to see in Money in the Bank do something. Not win, but do something. And then after that, we had another person that I don't want to see win or do something. Damian Priest, who, full of makeup like normal, the bisexual Undertaker. The only makeup he didn't have on was around his black eye that they didn't show how he got. So I think he, went home and seen, Drew got the attention, so it was a little self-inflicted. But he came out and, trash talked Drew, and thank God Drew didn't come out. And then he called out Jacob Fatu, and then that pretty much, as he was leaving the ring, Jacob Fatu came out, and then they eyeballed each other, and that goes to the next match of Jacob Fatu, Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. Who's Andrade? Charlotte's ex-husband.
If you knew him from 10 years ago, maybe you would care, but still didn't care. I knew who he was way back in the day, and I still don't care at all. The Bloodline, Solo, and JC Mateo come out, and they stood by the ringside for a while, didn't do anything, and then at the very end, Fatu gave a beautiful moonsault, as he always does, because he's an absolute boss. They distracted, so we're building more tension with the Bloodline.
Yay.
I really wish we would just cut ties and let Fatu do his thing.
What? You're not invested in more of a Bloodline story?
No, I'm not, because I'd rather just see Fatu just do his thing by himself at this point, because nobody else adds any value. I mean, it might add value if he's going against JC Mateo, but realistically, no.
Oh, but what do you think? Because after that distraction, Big Jim came out and attacked JC. What do you think about that? Is that adding to your intrigue in this storyline? Any storyline?
No, absolutely not. Big Jim's cool and all, but he could stay away from every Bloodline story from here till the end of his career, and I'd be just happy. With that,
upset of the century.
Andrade wins. He pins him. Again, why is Andrade in the match? I mean, I haven't seen this man do anything in a long time.
He got married and divorced.
So we're trying to bring a good name back to him. All right.
He went to AEW and then came back.
Yeah. We've been building storylines with Carmelo Hayes and Fatu, and of all the people to have in the match, maybe as long as Andrade and Penta do cool spots, I'm not going to fully care. But at this point, it really feels like a wasted opportunity.
1000%.
If you were trying to do a Bloodline story, this would have been a perfect Bloodline story. Like, oh, what's Fatu going to do with Solo? Are they actually going to go against each other? You could have told a better story than Andrade going to the match. I'm still trying to understand.
Yeah, because that would have been cheesy, the Bloodline versus Bloodline, but it would have been entertaining. Yeah. And then even him would have been entertaining because it could have built on more of the, hey, Miz was, trying to tell him to do something and he wasn't listening. That didn't take place here.
All the things that actually make sense. But we don't do anything in WWE that makes sense. But
you know what else made sense? The next promo. LA Knight, came out and did his LA Knight magic. I to be honest, didn't know or remember what he was talking about, but he was hyping him up, and I was eating every little crumb. Oh, my mom.
All right.
And then Aleister Black came by, mumbled under his breath, and then it drastically cut to commercial. That was it.
We had more commercials than anything else.
Yes.
So.
But main event time. We had Cody redeem Rhodes. He came out, and it was great. And then he said, "Hi guys, I got a surprise." And then who was it? Jey Uso. For like 10-15 minutes, we watched 2 commercial breaks where he was yeeting, and then he did his and did it 8 more times. Yeah, he was yeeting. This betrayer, this disgusting dishonor to his family.
You can do things out of sarcasm, okay? You can easily do things out of sarcasm. I even turned the hat sideways. I was making fun of it the whole time. I don't even...
He was solid with it. I'll give him that. But then, of course, Jey Uso. You know what Jey Uso said? Nothing, because John Cena came out right when he was done eating, and then John Cena, talked his little stuff. He was good. I was like, oh, we're gonna get John Cena to crush him, which he pretty much did. Said that they're just wannabes and they're getting shoved down our throats, which, yeah. And then he brought out Logan Paul, thank God. And then actually, I think I might be a Logan Paul fan because, dude, Logan Paul, John Cena let him sit there, and Logan Paul, dude, ran through. He straight took it out and whipped it on the table and showed it to friggin' Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. He ran them through the friggin' mud.
Dude, he was cooking. He was absolutely cooking.
Nothing he said was wrong.
No, and all of it was right on key. I like his crowd work too. He was really, giving it to the crowd, and then, in like a split second time, would turn around and just throw jabs at Cody and Jey, and it was perfect.
Those nepo babies.
It was perfect timing. It was perfect delivery. I loved everything about it. I love when guys actually give good crowd work. It's not just, oh, these fans suck. No, he actually dug into them and did it over and over and over again. Not only did he give it to the crowd, he gave it to the camera, he gave it to Jey and Cody, and just over and over again was just hitting it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But I still have 4 words for you. 4 letters. God! I got 4 letters, 1 word.
Now, why don't you just do 4 words this week?
4 words. See you next week.
Bye! Remember, guys, who's got your 6?
Bye. Let's do that again.
What? If you stayed till this late in the video, please comment what color my eyes are. They're blue.